What's up, everybody? I'm Lisa.
And I'm Lonnie.
And this is A Whole Mom. A Whole Mom is dedicated to those of us who deal with the everyday struggles of adulting, in addition to being a whole mom.
A whole mom out here.
Right. And so me and Lonnie really have had numerous conversations about basically how people really do make this mom life look easy a lot of the time, especially with social media and, pictures and whatever. And it looks beautiful and fun and awesome. But it is all of those things. It's beautiful, yes, but it's also frustrating and terrifying and gives me anxiety often. Nerve-wracking, yes. So
emotional, definitely.
And a lot of times everybody doesn't feel comfortable expressing that because it looks like everyone else is having so much fun.
Yeah.
So we wanted to create a platform where we talk about all of the things, all of the feelings, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes.
And hopefully us taking a moment to be vulnerable about how we feel will give you the opportunity, the courage, whatever, to speak about your own personal experiences as well. And just to let you know that you are not alone.
You are not alone.
So, today, you want to get into today's topic?
Today's topic is, drum roll please, we're just talking about being whole, what it means to be a whole individual, period.
Right. So go ahead.
Being whole, it is basically, it means all or entire. And as a noun, it means something that is complete in itself.
Right.
So what is it? What does it mean to be complete? Complete in itself.
Great question.
What is that?
So, like, the title of A Whole Mom came from, I'm somebody's whole mom, but also, like, thinking of yourself as a whole person and thinking of yourself holistically. So, for me, I guess just recognizing that you are complete. Like, you are enough.
Right. And you're not just a mom. Because I think so many people get caught up and wrapped up in, this is the most important hat that I wear.
Yeah.
But if you're not complete as an individual, as yourself, how can you really succeed and excel at this mom thing?
Yeah.
So,
a few things that we wanted to talk about today as far as, like, our own journeys to being whole, because let's be real, nothing that we talk about here, or very rarely, is anything we talk about here going to be something that, like, we've conquered and, like, we're really great at, or,
No. We're constantly evolving.
Constantly working on things. So today, we're talking about our journeys through this and, like, becoming whole. And some of y'all might be a little bit further along. Some of you might be, behind. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yes.
But a few of the things that we have found to be important in this journey to wholeness. And number one being self-discovery. So when I think about self-discovery, I think about, like, getting to know myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's outside of my title. So when you think about it, like, as a mom, as a single mom, as a married mom, whatever, getting to know yourself outside of your motherhood, outside of your job title,
your degree,
outside of your that meme or whatever it was. What did it say? Your degree and your job title are not personality traits. That's what it said.
No,
Shout
friend.
out to whoever wrote that. It went viral, sis.
No friend.
But yeah, recognizing that about yourself. So discovering who you are outside of those things. And those things might be important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your work might be meaningful to you. Your alma mater may be a great place.
Right.
Or whatever. Being a mom, being a wife, being a sister, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Those things are great. But you have to know who you are.
Yes.
So how do you feel like you're doing?
Jeez, Louise. I think there's a song that talks about how you're constantly evolving. And I do definitely think I am constantly evolving. So the things that I liked last year or 5 years ago, I might not like those things anymore.
Facts.
So I think a part of that self-discovery is understanding your likes and your dislikes. You know, within the same realm, I guess.
Tell me
I mean, because I feel like sometimes, you know, you can ask people about what they like. And a lot of times people will say, they'll name off all these things that they don't like.
Ooh!
So, I mean, what do you like?
Yes.
And sometimes I do think for myself, sometimes it is difficult for me to answer those questions, or like, what do you do for fun? Who are you? I think it might be easier for me to like describe, you know, some words that describe like my personality. So I feel like I'm a genuine person. I am authentic, or, you know, like outgoing, loving, but I'm also, a lot of times I don't want to be bothered. So
Here.
I love my solitude also.
I don't actually.
I love it.
Solitude, but I think for me, self-discovery is, I don't know, especially these days. I think, honestly, when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, you girl, get out of here. Mom, Lisa, we're going to do this thing. And for 2.5 years, I was laser focused on motherhood, being a mom, doing the best that I could at that. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting to be the best mother you can be. But at the same time, like I gave away all my heels. And I was like, you know, I'm not about that life anymore. That's not something that I do.
I'm not.
So I think, like, I was so ready to let go of the old me that I kind of lost me.
Did somebody tell you that you couldn't be you
I don't
and
know.
be a mom?
I honestly don't know. I think I felt like I was like two wild and crazy kids.
Miss Shirley at the church told you that, didn't you? You feel me? And that is no shade, no tea against any Miss Shirleys out there, okay?
But that's real. But I think I really just felt like, okay, I was 20 something, you know, I just felt like I had lived my life real hard. And
real hard.
It wasn't something that was conducive to also being a parent. And now, as far as like self-discovery, I think a part of that has been like trying to rediscover who I am and like go back to some of the things I enjoy. But like you said, like you've grown so much in these years in between, and you know, you've changed. So you may not necessarily enjoy all of those things still.
Right.
So I think it's just been a process of like trying to go back to things that I knew I enjoyed, but also like recognizing that I don't enjoy those things anymore and like moving on to something else or looking into other things. And I think this, lockdown time has been beneficial for both of us, honestly, because our kids have decided that they want to spend a lot of time with their dad.
They have neglected us.
We have been neglected. And at first I was like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I was like, do I watch cartoons still? Like, do I play with the Barbies? Like, what do I do? Who am I? What do I want to do? Trying to figure out what I wanted to do was hard. Okay, so that brings us to our next thing. So we got self-discovery. And then self-love.
Self-love, self-care. Selfish.
Selfish.
Okay, that's a song by Savannah Christian. Look it up. I love it. Listen to it all the time.
Another thing that I read that I can't remember where it came from, but it was like, it's possible to be both a work in progress and like comfortable and confident with yourself. And I feel like that's a great definition of self-love.
That's love.
Like recognize, exactly.
That's love.
Yes. So recognizing, you know, the great things about yourself and being kind to yourself and loving yourself, but also being able to not necessarily critique, but like recognizing your areas for growth.
Right.
And being fine with that. Being fine with who you are, where you are, but also having goals and being open to growing.
Yeah, like these are things that I want to improve on.
Exactly.
But I'm not perfect with them yet.
Exactly.
Like I'm working on them, but it's just not perfect.
Yeah. And I think as moms, we a lot of the times are really good about encouraging our children, encouraging our friends, encouraging the people we love and the people that love us. But then we're not so encouraging to ourselves.
We're so critical of ourselves, and we got to stop.
Right.
We got to stop.
Right. Literally the other day I was like, somebody texted me like, oh, thank you so much for, being such a great friend to me and being so sweet and always being there when I need you and giving me pep talks when I need them and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, wow, my voice in her head is like really loving and really encouraging and really sweet.
Yeah.
My voice in my head is a rude gal. Like, my voice in my head is so mean.
I think I read something not too long ago, and it said something about, how powerful you are and the things that you're speaking, out into the universe, your environment or whatever. Like, you are too powerful of a person to be speaking those types of things. So just imagine like all these things that we're saying to ourselves, whether we're saying them in our head or out loud. Do better, sis.
Facts. Facts.
Let's start the day off with some positive affirmations. Like, say some positive things. If you feel or hear yourself saying those negative things about yourself, turning that around into something positive. And even right now as I'm saying that, like I'm really preaching to myself because I'm big on positive affirmations and I know I do that for other people. And I really need to do better with myself, too.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes. But, like we were talking about earlier, how we're so, like, ready to encourage somebody else. Or,
ready.
Speak these great things over their lives. And then we're constantly in our heads, like,
girl,
so negative.
What is you doing? Yeah. I think I'm just hypercritical of me. And it's necessary for you to, like, be an advocate for yourself and like care about yourself and be kind to yourself. And like the grace and the love that we extend to other people, the grace that we extend to other people,
give it to yourself.
Extend it to yourself. So often I make like one mistake and I'm like, you stupid. Like, in my head,
are you freaking
how
kidding
could
me?
you?
I can't believe you said that.
Are
I can't
you
believe
stupid?
you. Oh
my gosh, it's so bad.
It is. It's really bad.
It is. So that's self-love. It's a struggle.
And I really want to add this part too. Like, the more you practice self-love and self-care, the more people are really going to come at you. And just like, oh, you're being selfish. Or like, the old her wouldn't do that. The old her wouldn't say that. You got to be careful, guys.
Well, the old me thought that I was a piece of poo. Like, and the new me recognizes that I am a great person and I deserve to be treated well.
Yeah, this doormat has gotten up.
Girl.
We're not there no more. Like, you can't allow people to constantly walk all over you and, enabling other people or, being a prisoner to your loyalty. Like, being so loyal to people.
Bloop. A prisoner to your loyalty.
And not giving yourself the same thing.
Honey, be loyal to you.
Yourself.
Yes.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Worry about yourself, honey.
Seriously, like, considering your own feelings and things. We're so used to being considerate of other people. Like, oh, such and such don't like, this food this way. Or, I'm going to make sure I do this for such. Like, but being really considerate of yourself and thinking about your own needs.
Right. Ask yourself sometimes, too, the things that you're doing for other people, what effect is it having on you?
But you have to be honest with yourself about your own feelings, and then like being honest with other people, really advocating for yourself, and being there for you.
Right.
Standing up for you is important.
Sometimes that means just saying no, or just saying that thing that you're thinking.
Honey,
just saying that.
Say it out loud.
It's okay. Just
Okay.
say it.
Right. Self-love. Caring for you as much as you care for other people. Love on yourself.
Ooh.
So the other one, the last one, you mentioned a couple of times already.
Sorry. Because I kind of think they go hand in hand.
They all go hand in hand.
Self-love. Self-care.
Self-care. Boom, boom. So I feel like self-care is the maintenance of the other two. So like, you know, your self-discovery, your self-love, and then your self-care is just maintaining those things and making time for the things that you've discovered that you love about you, right?
I like how you did that.
But really, like, self-care, like you said, is saying no, right? It can be as simple as saying no.
Yes.
And just really, like earlier, not pouring from an empty cup, not draining yourself to pour into other people constantly. You have to have something in your cup, sis. You got to.
Take that time to recharge,
Yes.
I mean, go into your quiet place, your secret place, turn your phone off. Whatever your self-care is. I mean, nobody's is going to be the same.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's pampering, whether it's taking a nap, whether it's, you know, getting yourself on a good routine as far as going to sleep and waking up. The amount of hours that you get to sleep at night.
I think that's my big self-care, like trying to make sure I get enough sleep. And that's been a self-care practice for me since high school.
Yeah.
I hate, like, I was not one to be on the phone all night caking with nobody. I was like, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta get up early.
And me, I'm gonna be up all night. We're gonna fall asleep on the phone. And maybe I had a problem with just saying a good night.
See, yeah.
And now
you won't even say hello.
I don't have time for it.
Exactly. Ain't nobody finna be up all night. No. I do. I think that's really important to me, making sure I get enough sleep. Because I cannot nap. As much as I would like to sometimes, I can't nap.
I love a nap.
I can't.
I love in a nap. If it ain't 2 hours, is that a nap?
Maybe that's how I feel too. Like, I never feel like I have enough time. Because it's going to take me at least 30 minutes to go to sleep. I can't do it.
That's her anxiety.
It is. We can't lie about that.
I can't go to sleep because I got too much stuff to do. Go to sleep.
Bruh, my brain gets to thinking. As soon as I try to lay down, my brain is like, but you need to do this. You need to do that. When you get up, you're going to do this. And I'll be like, oh my gosh. Now I can't even rest.
And you done laid there
exactly
an hour. You have not went to sleep and you have not done any of those things.
Now you're just like, I wasted an hour of my life.
Yes, and then you're crazy.
Yes. That's how I just be like, you know what? I'm just not even going to try to take a nap. I'm going to just do all my stuff and go to bed early. So you have to make sure you're prioritizing you and like making time for yourself. And self-care is a necessity. It's not being selfish. It's not a luxury. Like, you have to figure out how to fit something in for you.
It's a necessity.
It really is. And you have to make it work. If you keep neglecting yourself, it's going to result in resentment. Like, you're going to be side-eyeing them kids. You're going to be side-eyeing your sister. You're going to be side-eyeing your husband or whoever.
Right.
So.
And that's not fair.
It's not, because then you end up being mad at them because you neglected yourself. Right? You didn't speak up for you. You put yourself on the back burner. You made yourself a second-class citizen in your own house.
Whew.
And now you got an attitude with everybody else because you put yourself to the side to take care of them. And who is that helping? No one.
Nobody. Balance.
Right. So next time somebody tries to talk you out your self-care routine, be like, look, if I neglect myself, I'm going to have negative feelings towards you. And I don't want to do that to you. That's not fair to you. I need this bubble bath for both of us.
Explain it.
That's real.
Make it plain. Lay it out for them.
It's real. It's a real thing.
It is. I think what I like for self-care that I kind of do on a regular basis is, like treating my skin. So, getting my clay mask together or deep conditioning my hair. So walking around looking crazy with your plastic cap and your towel on your head and your green face or whatever. I enjoy things like that. Cute, and grab a glass of wine while you're doing it.
I know that's right.
It works for me.
Glass of wine every time. Grab a glass of wine, whatever you're doing. You'll be fine.
Do you, sis?
So one thing that I did want to say about, so we have self-discovery, self-love, self-care. We talked about them, I guess, in some sort of order, but they're not necessarily linear. It's not like, okay, I discover who I am, and then I love that, and then I care for it. Like, all of those things could be happening at the same time, right? As you're working on self-discovery, you're also doing things to provide self-care, and you're recognizing the things that you love about yourself. They can all be happening at once. It's not like a step-by-step
it's
type
not
of
a step program.
Yeah, exactly. I think my biggest strength in all of that is probably like just that I'm a pretty introspective person, and I don't know, that might be a strength and a weakness. Because I'm introspective, I recognize what's happening to me and like how I'm feeling and all of that, but then I also get in my head a lot, and I spend a lot of time being like, what is the root of this? And like,
oh my gosh, same. I'm always in my head
constantly.
Jeez, like it's always like, what type of childhood trauma? Where did this come from?
Constantly connecting the dots.
Who in my life?
Right.
What generational curse is this? And like, how do I fix it? So am I working real hard to fix it today? Am I neglecting it tomorrow?
Right. Sometimes it can be exhausting to be like, being so self-aware and so introspective can be exhausting. And I literally some days will be like, I miss when I like didn't recognize that this was a problem. I miss when I could just be a mess
now you
and be
really
cool
have
with it.
to work on it.
Yes.
Now you really have to
requires
fix it.
work. It requires work.
Effort.
Which brings me to my other strength. Strength number 2. I have a therapist. I'm in therapy and I love it, and it's probably one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. She helps me do the work, and I love her for that. She gives me assignments every week that are like concrete things that I can do to address the things that we discuss in each session. So if you don't have a therapist, get you one, sis.
Get you one.
You deserve a therapist. All right, quick tips. Self-discovery. What's a tip you would give?
Self-discovery, I would say be open to new things, trying new things.
Yes.
And it's really, really scary. It's so scary.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give an example. So a couple years ago, like, I went ziplining for the first time. I'm scared of heights.
I did not know you did that.
I'm scared of heights, y'all. So my friend and I, we went on this whole course, this zipline course, and like, I'm shaking in my knees.
This is new information to me.
Guys, I went off that ledge. I'm like, all right, because I'm the type of person like, all right, let's just do it. Let's get it over with. Like, I'm scared, but I'm not going to be standing here for 5 minutes shaking. Yeah. Okay? Bruised my leg up and everything. So, so, you know, I go off the landing, and the next landing that we get to, like, there's this piece of wood right there. And I didn't have my legs up high enough.
You hit it?
So my leg hit it. I mean, I still got up on it, but my leg hit it. Ended up being bruised. But I got over it. It's all good. But it was like a full course. Like, at one point, like, we had to walk across like this log that's way up in the air, and these little swinging things. It was Northern Virginia. But like, being open to things like that, I want to try skydiving. My little brother said he would do it with me. So I'm hoping that we'll get to share that experience together. I'm scared, shaking in my boots. But like different things like that.
Yeah. That's cute for you.
Just
Because
to see if you like it.
I already know I don't like
do something crazy, something fun that you never thought that you would do. And I think that just kind of opens up the door for self-discovery.
Yeah. Trying new things is a big one. And even like, asking people like, what do you like to do? What is it like? Just getting new ideas.
Go somewhere by yourself.
Going on a date by yourself. That's a good one.
Yes. I went to the bar by myself one time.
I used to go out by myself all the time.
It was awkward, but, it was fine.
Did anybody, like, come talk to you? Not like men, because, child, they always come.
I think someone did. I think so, but...
I used to go out by myself because I felt like I'm going to see somebody.
Or they'll just stare at you from across the bar, like, really awkwardly. And then it's like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Girl.
Because don't stare if you're not going to say anything.
Ooh, tip of the day, fellas. I don't know how many of y'all watching. Don't stare if you're not going to say anything. That's psychotic.
Speak up.
All right, self-love, quick tip. I think, that was what like making a list of things that you enjoy about yourself. And like writing it down, or like setting time every morning to think about things that you're grateful for, or positive things about yourself, like you said, positive affirmations and stuff like that, I think is a good one.
It is. It's great. Like put those sticky notes on your mirror in the bathroom, something that you're going to see every day. I think, like it's a tool that they use in therapy, that we use in therapy. So it's like, tell me 3 things that you like about yourself. Yes. State 3 positive affirmations today. So these things that you're trying to encourage other people to do to help them feel better about themselves, do that for yourself.
Yep. And I feel like that can be hard because we're so used to focusing on the negatives about us. But really sitting down and thinking about the things about you that are great and that you like about you. Also, learning to take compliments, I think, is important.
You think so?
That was...
I think...
Because so often we minimize the things that we do. We minimize our accomplishments. Yeah. We minimize our accomplishments. We minimize like the great characteristics about ourselves. Oh no, like
it's just such and such.
Or either like you come back with something negative about it, right?
Stop it. Just say smile and
thank
say
you.
Thank you.
Smile and say thank you, sis.
I really appreciate that you said that.
You gotta eat those compliments. Yeah, eat them. Enjoy. That's for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then self-care. Quick tip. I think saying no.
Yes.
That's the most powerful thing you can do for self-care.
Saying no, definitely.
Being honest about how you feel about doing something, and if you don't want to do it, say no.
I can't do that right now. Or just say no and don't explain.
Don't explain. Don't give no excuses.
I can't.
Right?
Sorry.
No. You don't even got to apologize all the time.
I won't be able to do that. You're right.
I won't be able to do that. That's it.
I ain't going to be able to do it.
End of conversation. You ain't got to explain yourself. You ain't got to apologize. Now, if you feel compelled to do so, that's fine. But, child, that was a self-discovery journey on its own. At one point, I was like, why do I feel the need to constantly explain myself? Why am I always apologizing?
Jeez.
Right?
Why do I have to respond to this text? You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
If it take you 2 days.
It is what it is. You ain't got to do nothing. What the old folks say, I ain't got to do nothing. Stay black and die. Oh my God.
Now, consider there are consequences to all of those things.
There are.
Figure out what works for you.
Exactly.
What's important to you?
I mean, I'm not going to ignore my grandma. I'm going to answer her text. But I ain't got to.
I'll call you tomorrow, Grandma.
Facts. Whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? You figure that out. I think a lot of times we feel like an allegiance to certain people or this loyalty to certain people that we neglect ourselves because of it.
That loyalty.
Well, you got to be loyal to you. You
Talk
need
about
you.
it, sis.
You feel me?
Yes.
Because, some days ain't nobody going to be there for you but you. Okay. So, in all of that conversation, we really want this to be a conversation. Like every recording that we do, I don't want to call them shows or episodes. I want to call them conversations. Right?
Conversation.
Today's conversation.
Have a seat. Let's talk.
Right, let's talk. So we want to hear your feedback. We want to hear some things that you feel you do well. You know, your self-discovery journey, your self-care, your self-love. What helps you to keep going in those things? What are some struggles that you've had? What throws a wrench in your plans? I think overall with all of these things, the biggest tip is finding time to prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And getting away from that mom guilt or that mom shame, right?
That's a whole nother
conversation. But like really prioritizing you and trying to not focus on feeling guilty or feeling shameful for doing that. Because you shouldn't.
Right.
So many people depend on you. So you need to be at your best. You know what I'm saying? If you want to care for all these people, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Really embracing yourself as a whole person, period.
Yes.
Outside of all those other hats. Who are you?
Yes. Recognizing yourself and really loving on yourself holistically.
So we appreciate you guys for listening.
Yes.
Hope to see you soon.
Like us, share, subscribe, whatever. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.